Welcome to the Cardano DC Fund Daily Show, where we analyze at least 3 proposals a day for the fight. I call it the fight for funding for the Cardano Treasury war chest, if you will. My name is Anthony, and if it's your first time here, please like and subscribe. So this is the second episode of the DC Fund Daily Show. We're currently recording the show. We're going to be on Monday through Friday. We are going to go live in about a month or so once this gets a little more, a little easier for me. I'm doing this myself because I would like to have some of the community involvement in some of the proposals that I analyze. Okay, so the show is sponsored by the CardanoFund.com. This is a website I put together. Essentially, this website is so you can look at the proposals without having to log in. The official site, IdeaScale, you have to log in and create an account, and it's a little tricky to move around in that site. But I encourage everyone to also go to that site. This is not a replacement for that site. IdeaScale is the official site. If you want the most up-to-date information, go to IdeaScale. Also funding this show is the Sophie stake pool. This is my stake pool. We're doing pretty well, and we've been around since the first block. We had the delegation from the Cardano Foundation for the last month. They just took it back a couple of days ago. But as you can see, we do pretty well. We've been to the 87 lifetime blocks. Most of those were done when the Cardano Foundation was here. But please, if you have some ADA, you're looking for a place to stake it, please join our community. The stake pool's up and running, and it does pretty well. Okay, so let's get down to the state of the fund, as I call it. There are currently 2 funds running, DApp Creation and DApp Ecosystem. These are the only 2 funds that are getting money. I'll explain the other 2 in a second. So there's $500,000 in this funding period to be split between those 2. And it's not one project from each. Whoever gets the highest vote total gets their money, and then the money keeps getting given out to more projects until the money runs out. But these are the 2 projects for this funding round, the 3rd funding round. The Community Choice and the Project Catalyst. Project Catalyst is a place where you can go and give your ideas if you want to change this process, the Catalyst voting process. If you have ideas or just things that you think may help it or improve the process of voting. Community Choice, that's where you go in there, and if you have ideas for new funding periods. So for instance, in this funding period, DApp Creation, we have to answer the question, what DApp should be built to drive user adoption? Well, the Community Choice is where you go in there and make suggestions for future funds for what the fund is going to be about. So that's what the Community Choice is for. So the only 2 getting funded, like I said, is DApp Creation, Developer Ecosystem. Developer Ecosystem, they're answering the question, how can we encourage developers to build dApps on top of Cardano? Okay, so what do we look for when we analyze these proposals? Well, we look for 3 things: impact, feasibility, and auditability. When we're looking at impact, we're basically looking at 3 things. Is there a problem to be solved? Is this going to have a net effect on the community in a positive way? And also, can this idea scale? Can you grow this idea beyond just a simple app? Under feasibility, we're looking for a couple of things. We're looking at a few things. We're looking for, is the person proposing or group proposing this idea, are they developers? Do they know what they're doing? Is it a team or is it an individual doing this? Are they committed? And lastly, is there a sensible budget or plan kind of laid out for feasibility? And for auditability, is there a roadmap? Is there a definition of success? Have they considered challenges or risks? So those are the things we're going to go over for each of these 3 proposals. The first proposal, well, let me say this first. I encourage you all to look at these proposals on your own because we're going to go fairly quickly through here. I want to keep it to 3 minutes per proposal, although the first proposal may go a little longer than 3 minutes, and you'll see why. But I'll leave links below for everything. Okay, so let's move on here to the first proposal, which is, so the first proposal is called the mess this up, Cardano mobile app to drive Diggy. Essentially what this is, is this proposer wants to come up with an application you put on your phone so that you can use ADA to buy things. Essentially what we're trying to do, or what Cardano is trying to do in Africa right now. And this proposal is from Nigeria, from someone in Nigeria. So let's go through some of these sections here. So impact. Is there a problem needed to be solved? I put true. Yes. Is it net community benefit? Absolutely, it would be a community benefit to have this in Nigeria. Is it scalable? Of course it's scalable. So this is a huge problem, and this is one Cardano can help to solve, and they are currently doing this. This was in the news about a week ago, that they're trying to make a deal with the government. This deal is for an identity piece, but they're also trying to bring the currency piece in there at all, also in there. So the feasibility of this project. Are there experienced developers on this project? It's unknown. So there's nothing in this project about developers. It's fairly short. Well, it's a little longer. But there's nothing in here about developers. It's just essentially a story about this application. Is it an individual or group? This is an individual who's making this proposal. Are they committed? I said they are committed. It's hard to gauge commitment because you're just looking at something that's written. But if someone takes the time to write a proposal, a fairly long proposal, I said I'll put sure, committed for this one. Is there a sensible plan or budget? No, there's absolutely no budget or plan. It's just an idea of what they want to do. So let's take a look at the auditability. Are there any milestones or roadmap? No. Is there a definition of success? Kind of. She or he has a story in here about how she would like her father to use this application. And I guess that could be, and what he or she wants the application to do. So that could be maybe a definition of success. Is there a clear description of the problem? Yes, we went over that. Are there any challenges or risks considered? There are not. And one thing you're going to see as I go over these proposals is a lot of these, or most of these proposals, never look at the other side. They never look at what are the challenges I'm going to face, what are the risks I'm going to face. So no, that also was not discussed in this. So one of the things I wanted to take a look at with this project, and I got to be kind of careful with this. So they have a website down here. So I said, well, let's go look at the website. Let's see what's going on. So I always look at everything in these proposals. So I went to the website, and here it is. Looks like kind of a nice site. Mobile technologies. They have an academy, essentially, an academy section. You can buy and sell cryptocurrency. This is Nigeria. Maybe you can in Nigeria. I don't know how the laws are there, but you can buy and sell from this website, evidently. You can invest from this website. Then I went to About Us, and I'm waiting to see, and there's nothing here, right? I'm like, okay, this is looks a little fishy to me. Contact us, and it's just a basic contact us page. So I decided to do a little search. So I did a who is on this website. It came back to someone by the name of, here's the website. It came back to someone by the name of Alexander Nwagua. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. So I decided to see how many websites Alexander Nwagua registered. And it turns out Alexander Nwagua has a ton of websites. Now I went to a couple of these. I'm not going to do it now, but I did do a search on his name and any scams, and of course this came up. So I did check this website, this scam website, and it is indeed registered to Alexander Nwagua. So maybe Alexander Nwagua is just someone who registers sites for other people. That's a possibility. I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, but this is kind of what came up. Also, the internet is full of fake stuff, so who knows? Maybe this is a competitor that doesn't like him, that wrote something fake. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is it's here, and as a community, we need to look at these things and figure out how we're going to handle them. Now, as it stands now, there is one person I can go to and show this to, but eventually there's not going to be anybody. This is just going to be the community running this. So anyway, I wanted to point that out. And like I said, I'm going to bring this to the attention of someone who is running this right now and see what we're going to do. But as a community, we have to figure out what is it that we're going to do with problems like this. I'm sure some are going to fall through the cracks, right? And some people are going to get funded that shouldn't. But anyway, I wanted to show you that. Okay, let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next project here. The next project is a crowdfunding project. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so this is someone who wants to build a crowdfunding platform on ADA, on Cardano. I think it's a good idea. I don't know if it's for this fund in particularly, because this fund is supposed to have apps that are going to drive user adoption. I don't know how well a crowdfunding app will drive user adoption, but there will at some point definitely be a crowdfunding app on Cardano. So why not this guy, right? So let's go through this a little bit. Is there a problem? I put maybe. I just don't know if this is a problem that needs to be solved in this fund. Is there going to be a net community benefit? Unknown. I'm not really sure, and I'm basing it off the fact that we're looking to drive user adoption, right? Is the idea scalable? Yes. I mean, it's a scalable idea. As more people use it, it gets bigger. So feasibility. So let's see. So is anyone on this project a developer? Unknown. Again, they don't. This is. I got to tell you, this is a very well written out proposal. They spent a lot of time on this proposal. It's well written out, but there is nothing that shows developer skills. Now there is a Figma page. Figma, if you don't know what it is a program that lets you create what an app is going to look like what the front page of an app is going to look like, and what other pages are going to look like. But you don't need to code Figma. It's more like a Photoshop type of thing. It's a little more involved than that, but it's not coding. So is it a team or a group? There's a group trying to do this. Is the team committed? I think they're absolutely committed by the time they spent creating this website or this proposal. Is there a sensible budget or plan? True, there is. I mean, they're only asking for. Let's see what they're asking for here. Where is it? Did I go past it? Past it. I did go past it, but where is it? Well, whatever it is, it's sensible. Here it is, $42,000, and they have it completely broken out, a budget completely broken out, and that's apps. That's great. That's the way we like to see it. We like to see budgets just like that. Let's see, is there roadmaps or milestones? There's kind of milestones. I wouldn't say a roadmap. They have here what they want to have done by May of 2021, and they also have some upcoming dates that things are going to happen. So there's a sort of not really a roadmap, but more milestones. The definition of success, yeah, kind of. It's not stated, but it's implied. Have they looked at challenges or risks? Again, no. Nobody seems to look at challenges or risks. It's really important to look at these projects, look at what you want to do, and turn it around, or else tell somebody about it, and ask somebody, what are the problems with this? And they'll tell you. It's important to look at challenges and risks when you're doing anything, because you don't want to be blindsided by them. But this project overall, I think it's an okay project. I mean, I think they spent a whole ton of time on this proposal. It's a great proposal. I just don't know if it's for this fund in particular. Okay, let's go to the last one here. And this last one I really, really like. You don't often get a new twist on an old idea. It's not really, I don't know if it's an idea, but this is called Tracing Waste with Cardano. Now this is really cool idea. So essentially, everything you buy gets scanned, and then at a certain point, someone comes and picks it up. They keep track of what's going to become garbage, and it's a really cool idea. I would read through this, but I don't want this to go super long. You should take a look at this. But this is a really good example of just a phenomenal idea, just something new out of the box, something I would love to see get developed and expanded. But if you look at the proposal, it's very short. It's a very short proposal. So let's go through these real quick. Is there a problem to be solved? Absolutely. Garbage is a huge problem. Recycling, waste, huge problem. Will it benefit the net benefit to the community? Absolutely. Is it scalable? Yes, it's completely scalable. So it hits on all those three metrics. Feasibility. Here we go again with the feasibility. there's nothing on here about who's going to make it. The developers, can they even do this? So that's an issue. Is it a team or individual? This looks like an individual. Are they committed? I would think so, not based on the size of the proposal, but based on the idea. They've obviously been thinking about this. You don't just get that idea, I don't think, off the top of your head. It's a pretty neat little idea. Is there a sensible plan or budget? No, there's nothing. There's just an ask for $50,000. Auditability. So, is there any roadmaps or milestones? Nope. Is there a definition of success? Kind of implied, I guess. If it got off the ground, I guess that would be a success, but not like a written definition. Risks or challenges considered? No. So again, no one really considers risks or challenges. I'm trying to stay in the frame today. So those are the three proposals. I really like this one. I hope whoever did this proposal will keep with it, expand it, and apply again. And the first proposal, it's really, it's a little scary. I hate to see Nigerian scams kind of start to show up here. Okay, so that is the end of the second episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like or share. Again, it's if you'd like to, or if you can, you want to donate. If you want to pledge to Sophie, that would be great. We're open to pleasures. And please, like I said, like and share, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. Have a great night.